So you know who Joe Biden has up front? This lady right here. And this moves us into our second segment of the day. The rest of today's coverage is going to be based on the White House press briefing because it is astonishing to watch her spin and manipulate this whole thing that's going on in Ohio, in East Palestine, of where's the president? And that's everybody's questions here. It's literally everybody's trying to wrap their head around this of why is Joe Biden not showing up? He'll show up for a funeral of a guy that was beaten to death by a lot of cops. You know, he'll show up to that when it fits the narrative, but when it actually fits the narrative, taking care of Americans and making sure that they're okay and that everything is going perfectly fine and have a nice PR moment for yourself, he's nowhere to be found. Well, here's a kickoff here from the Associated Press asking her that very same thing of basically, is Joe Biden happy with the way he's handled everything? Go ahead and roll it.
Thanks, Karine. Starting with East Palestine, is the president satisfied with the pace of the federal response there on the ground, and why has he so far decided not to visit?
So a couple of things there, and I said this at the top. The president, first of all, when the derailment happened on February 3rd, as I said at the top, the Environmental Protection Agency was on the ground within hours, and that is, I think I've mentioned 2 a.m. the next morning on February 4th, really taking charge and dealing with what was occurring in East Palestine. And look, very early on as well, the president reached out to both governors of Pennsylvania and Ohio, that is Governor DeWayne of Ohio and Governor Shapiro as well. And he offered the federal assistance and also directed his team to stay on top of this as long as it took. And just a couple of days ago, we read out a conversation that the president, he's been getting briefed pretty regularly, but just recently we read out conversations that he had with Governor DeWine, Governor Shapiro, Senator Brown, EPA Administrator Regan, and Congressman Johnson while he was in Poland. So he was still working and getting updates and.
You guys, you got to love that messaging right there. Well, he was getting updates while he was in Poland. Oh, goody. Oh, goody. So glad that he was in Poland. Again, making sure everybody else is taken care of, making sure that their energy infrastructure is taken care of. That's literally one of the reasons why he was there, to make sure he can help them out with their energy. All the while, our grid's freaking all over the place over here. We got Ohio issue going on. We got train derailments happening in other places around the United States. Why are you not here, Joe? Why don't you take care of your own people here? And you got to love that. It just slips off her tongue like it's nothing. Well, he was getting briefed while he was somewhere else, taking care of other people, not Americans. Oh, perfect. I'm also going to give him credit here that the EPA and other people were boots on the ground really quickly. But the thing is, they don't understand the optics of this. They don't understand that he needed to be there. It was a moment. It was a moment for people to see that this guy has our back, and he doesn't. But he'll have Zelensky's back. Oh, he'll have Poland's back, which we should have our NATO allies back. I get it. But right now, he needs to be here. Right now, he needs to be in Ohio, freaking gawking at everything. I understand there's not much going on up here to be processed, but the hell, just him being chauffeured out on the gurney, like the puppet he is, like the dead guy he is, at least he's there. Being somewhere else is not a good look.
Focusing on what was happening in East Palestine while he was doing incredibly important work, as you all know, in Poland. And he reaffirmed his commitment to make sure they have everything that they need. Again, this has been a multi-agency engagement here. When you think about CDC, you think about DOT, you think about FEMA, you think about EPA, they have all been on the ground, working in lockstep, working with the local officials on the ground, including the governor and the senators as well, making sure that we delivered and continue to deliver for the people of East Palestine. That will not stop, and that will continue until we are needed on the ground.
My question, though, was whether the president was satisfied with that response. Is he?
Yes, he is.
She still can't answer a simple question. I love the fact that Zeek Miller, the Associated Press, follows up with, well, my question was, is he satisfied? I mean, it's literally a yes or no answer. You don't have to give this caca diarrhea mouth that we're always hearing. And that just tells you that they suck at their job and they did it wrong, because you have to give a long, drawn out answer to a very simple question just so you get the BS in your message out there to try to correct the bad messaging that's been going on, meaning Joe Biden not being there. Simple question. But of course, she missed it.
Look, we believe that when you think about how this response occurred, right, how it's been going from literally since 2 a.m. February 4th, you've seen the EPA on the ground. You saw Administrator.
It's February 24th. He still hasn't been there. Hasn't been there. Nope. But again, Ukraine, he'll be there. Poland, he'll be there. But he won't go to the southern border again. No, he won't go to Ohio. Nope, he won't make sure our ranchers at the border are okay or our border states. Nope, he won't go there. He'll stay in the White House, in the bunker, in the basement, just like he did during his campaign, and not take care of the American people. Typical.
Regan doing a great job on the ground, making sure that he was with the community, talking, taking questions, working with the governor. You've heard from the governor directly, Governor DeWine, actually speak to the federal response that he truly appreciated the work that we have done for the community. So yes, the president is certainly is again staying updated on what is occurring on the ground, but also appreciative of the work that his multi-agencies have been doing over the past several weeks.
My question is that, and maybe some of you can answer in the live chat in the comments below. My question is that, would these have agencies showed up anyways without Joe Biden's involvement? Do you know what I mean? Would they have shown up? Get what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have to like call them and be like, hey, make sure you guys are there in a couple hours. Would they just sort of respond naturally as they would have, as being their own separate agency to do their own separate thing as they were put in place to do? If that makes sense, let me know in the comment section below. But it doesn't stop there, folks. The press are confused here. They're asking more questions and trying to get more details of why is the president not showing up? Really, what is going on? And watch this knucklehead try to answer questions of which she's not prepared to answer.
Thanks, Karine. The mayor of East Palestine said that it was a slap in the face that the president had gone to Ukraine before he went to East Palestine. Does the president have any reaction to those comments?
Look, I'll say this. And I kind of said this at the top already, which is, I laid.
There she goes. Flip it through that binder, you guys. You all see it. She doesn't know. Go to the line. Find it. Oh, I'm going to be clear. Oh, at the top of the brief. So let's go reiterate. Let's read straight from the binder. Let's watch it happen in real time, folks.
Out what we have done since the derailment of February 3rd and how we were on the ground very early on. And we believe that we have had a all of government, all hands approach to this, not just with the agencies, but also with the different teams here in the White House. You think about the Intergovernmental Affairs, you think about Office of Leg Affairs, and also the National Security Council have been all hands on deck. And that is because of this president's leadership. And that is because of what he has asked his team to do and what he has asked the agencies to do. So look, we're going to hold Norfolk Southern accountable, as I've mentioned. They've been investigating what caused the derailment, monitoring for environmental and health impacts, and screening over 550 homes, as I mentioned. EPA has ordered the railroad company to clean up its mess and pay for all expenses. And if it doesn't, the EPA said that they will make the company pay 3 times more. And Secretary Buttigieg has also written to Norfolk Southern to make clear that the industry's pattern of resisting safety regulations must change.
Hey, I'm just looking for what the hell is she talking about? What is she talking about? Why is she rambling? She makes her job way harder than it needs to be. Way harder. Stop talking, Karine. Just stop talking. Just give a simple response.
He's calling on the industry and Congress to join the administration in implementing that approach. So look.
Did she literally just flip the page to continue the script? Did she literally just flip the page to continue reading the script? Oh my God. Wait, I'm going to back it up 5 seconds because I might have missed it, but I swear she just flipped the page to read directly from the next one.
Implementing that approach. So look, and as you all know, as I mentioned, Secretary Buttigieg is on the ground right now. He's getting an update, and we've
20 days later, he's on the ground, folks. Rest assured, Pete Buttigieg is there. Like anybody cares. The guy should have been there from day one. That's his job. Just like it is Joe Biden's job somewhat, but more of, again, a PR move to just be there. But no, again, like I keep reiterating, Zelensky will be there taking care of him, making sure he gets a nice back massage and a nice nap time over there. And then in Poland as well.
Had, again, multiple agencies on the ground. The president has stayed updated on this for the past several weeks. While he was in Poland, he spoke to the important folks on the ground, the leadership on the ground, including his leadership in those respective agencies, on what was going on.
It's really
and getting
unbelievable, you
updates,
guys.
and he will continue to do that and do everything that we can.
Has the president spoken to the mayor of East
I
Palestine?
don't
Or
have.
does he have any plans?
I don't have a call to read out or a planned conversation. I can tell you, as I've mentioned before, the president.
So she just continues to ramble, you guys. That's all she does. I don't have a readout. What that really means is I don't have it in my binder, so I don't know. I have no idea. I just read what I'm told to read because I don't have one of these that actually, make this work properly. And, again, I've always said it. I feel like Joe Biden's dementia is really just rubbing off. It's contagious. You sneeze in front of anybody, meaning Joe Biden sneezing, it's just everybody's now infected and nobody's brain works in the White House, which is why we're in the debacle that we're in. From foreign affairs, meaning China-Taiwan issues, China wanting to give Russia munitions. You got Russia invading Ukraine. You got the gas prices issue, illegal immigration issue. You got now the Ohio issue. You got your transportation secretary not showing up. I mean, you literally, we said this time and time again, you throw a dart at the board, odds are you're going to hit something that Joe Biden either was the cause of or is just doing something very poorly. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.